Hi, it's Dr. Lori. I'm back with more behind the scenes, some rants and some raves and some information about what goes on here from comments and phone messages and emails that I get from all of you. This comment comes from a video. It's a comment from a video, and it literally made me laugh out loud. I really just went, please, really? Are you kidding me? So, someone watched a video where I was talking about fire and light glass, and they made the comment that clearly Dr. Lori does not know anything about fire and light. And it just cracks me up. It cracks me up. I gave an opinion during that video, and I basically was like, I'm not that impressed with this fire and light. Let me explain a couple things about how this actually is a focus for me going back probably 25 years. I've been doing this a long, long time. I have seen every trick there is in the book. Tricks from established dealers, tricks from folks who are, doing all different types of things with respect to objects. First of all, quality rules the day. The pieces that are more valuable are the pieces that are made of better materials with better designs of high quality. That's what it is. That's what it's always been. So pieces like fire and light, in my opinion, while people might like them, are not of high quality. Okay, that's my point. So I'm not that impressed with the piece. So everyone's going, ooh, it's fire and light, ooh, it's fire and light, ooh, it's fire and light. That's very, very nice. But in 25 years, I have seen people who will do just what happened here, which is clearly she has no idea. The people who are highlighting, let's use fire and light as an example, but highlighting any lower quality, lower value, lower type of art, antique, or collectible, they've been doing this for centuries. Usually they're the people who have an inventory of this same stuff, and they're trying to up the interest or up the value. And in the old days, it used to be the established antique dealers who would do this, who would try to say, oh, I've got a storage vault full of that stuff. I'm going to make it, I'm going to try to market it and make it better than it is to of course, people who might want to buy it. Now that's turned into, if you update it, now that's turned into resellers or Facebook groups of people who want to say, oh, fire and light is great. I don't think it's great. That's why the value for some of those pieces, when I see, of course, the market, you can tell when you do a good analysis whether or not these pieces are really worth what people are saying they might be worth or trying to list them at. You can list something high, but that doesn't mean it's worth it. So I've seen this for a long time. I've gone through this a lot of years. I know how this works. So I clearly know exactly what fire and light is. I also know the background of why a lot of people are trying to market fire and light, right? Inexpensive to make, inexpensive to in fact market, and people are saying, well, let's see if we can get more for it. So again, on the other end, their benefit will be a lot, right? Hello, beautiful darling. I'm wondering if you could help me. Now, first of all, beautiful darling. Okay, I know right out of the chute something's coming that I'm gonna go, please. So you don't have to butter me up. I have a lot of items, a lot of antiques, a lot of art. I want to know whether or not you do auctions, and if you would do auctions, I'd be willing. This is what this person says. I'd be willing to give you a part of the money that I make from an auction if you would take care of doing the auction for me and getting all this stuff sold. I'd be willing to do that. Well, that's really great of you. That's fantastic. I don't run auctions. I'm an appraiser only. I'm an ethical, honest appraiser. I don't get involved in the sale of objects, and I'm not an auctioneer. So, but if you need an appraisal and you want to know the value, yes, I can help you. However, this person then says, you could just give me a call and I would be grateful. Well, I'm sure you would be grateful. But, basically, it's not what I do, not my business. My job is appraising objects. And beautiful darling, well, that's nice, but I know where you were going with that. Someone asked this question, which shows that they're thinking. Someone said, I'm watching all these YouTube videos of yours, Dr. Lori, and I'm finding that people are finding real bargains, and I'm wondering whether or not the thrift stores are actually increasing their prices. Are they increasing their prices now that they realize that people are actually finding pieces like you're highlighting on real bargains? Well, let me tell you something. The thrift stores are still missing a lot of real bargains because there's all kinds of stuff that they're missing that are much more valuable, and I've proven it to you here with testimonials from people who have bought these objects and resold them for more than the appraised value or for at my appraised value. And in fact, The thrift stores, many of them, and many yard salers and many estate sale hosts and many people who are buying and selling are actually selling things way too low. There's a lot of stuff out there, it's way too low. And I show you how to find it. I show you how to find it. I help you to resell it ethically, honestly, and for the right value. Not just resell it for a couple bucks more than what you paid for it, but for what it's really worth, so you can really make that money. How many of you have said that to me? Well, Dr. Lori, I was just happy when I flipped for $5 more than I paid. $5 more than I paid. That's enough for me. Then I realized that I was leaving a lot of money on the table, and you showed me how to pick that money up off the table. But yeah, the objects are still out there. They will be out there. They have been out there for years and years and years in all different places, in estate sales and yard sales and thrift stores, in all kinds of places. This is interesting to me because this is sort of how human nature is. So someone writes and says, here's a picture of two objects. The one on the left I know is Wedgwood. The one on the right is kind of a brain teaser for you because, well, I went to this estate sale and I bought all this stuff, but this is a brain teaser for you because, well, I had the money to be at the estate sale buying stuff. I really don't want to pay you to identify what the second object is, which might be this kind of ceramic and it might be that kind of ceramic, but I don't really know. But I think you'd enjoy a brain teaser, a free brain teaser, right? Okay. So that's all well and good and fine. And it's fine for you to take a shot and see whether or not I'm going to do this. But let me just say this. I offer an opportunity for you folks to send a picture to me on my website at drloriv.com. You could send a picture. I will take a look at it and let you know whether or not it is worth appraising. Now, having said that, this situation is one where, it's not a brain teaser for me. It's just because you don't want to spend money on an appraisal. You'd rather spend money on the estate sale objects. I get that. Shopping is fun. But learning what the objects really are is going to make reselling even more fun. Someone writes about a couple who are going to go out antiquing. And he says, I'm going to take my honey antiquing, and I want to know where you think are the best places to antique, to go shopping, because we really are enjoying ourselves watching your videos and, of course, antiquing together. Well, that's great. I think that's great. So can you tell me in this particular county of this particular state, can you tell me where the best antiques might be if I wanted to buy groups and groups of objects? Let me tell you, antiques are everywhere. I can't tell you how many times over the years people would say to me, oh, Dr. Lori, I live in so-and-so, and we have the best antiques here. Or I live in this area, and we just have wonderful antique shops, and there are wonderful antique pieces here and there. There are wonderful antique objects everywhere in the world. I have been all over the world, let me tell you. There are fantastic pieces everywhere. In the most remote places and in the biggest of cities, antiques are everywhere. There's not just one place where you're going to find great antiques. Now, it's a good idea to look around and say, oh, I might want to try this area or that area. But I'm telling you, whether it's big cities or little rural hideaway towns, you're going to find antiques everywhere. I give you the map. I give you the treasure map of how to find it. Watch the videos. Which objects are always going to hold their value? What type of condition should they be in? What should you be looking for? I do it in the videos. I show you on my website too. So, look for it everywhere. The treasure is out there. This next comment is in direct correlation to the Ask Dr. Lori live videos, which I do with, of course, my guests and appraisals. I oftentimes ask a question of the day. Well, the question of the day always causes all kinds of controversy. And this particular person was very upset because she thinks the question of the day is ridiculous. Well, maybe it's a he. I don't know, because some of those monikers, you can't tell if they're he's or she's or what. And that's fine. The question of the day is terrible, and it should be this, and you should talk about antiques in the question of the day, and I think it's ridiculous, and nobody cares, if you like Kermit the Frog or Miss Piggy, no one cares. Well, first of all, you can't tell me that I don't care, because I care about all the guests. I like to hear what their comments are, and a lot of people I have found like the question of the day. Now, a lot of people don't too, but, some people like things, some people don't. That's true, I don't particularly care for pickles. Other people do, Everybody has their own taste. But in fact, you can't tell me that I don't like it and then no one else likes it. And then, you don't care about what I care about, which is learning more about my guests. And then you don't want me to care about them either. So The question of the day is something that allows us to learn a little bit more that isn't antiquing or collecting or reselling about the guests from all over the world that participate in Ask Dr. Lori Live. So thanks for watching it. I just wanted to let you know that there are some people who love it and some people who hate it. My staff and I get a lot of questions about particular videos. What does that mean? Hi, Dr. Lori, do you have a video on, fill in the subject, fill in the blank. Do you have a video on antique folding chairs? Do you have a video on green ceramic dishes? Do you have a video on paintings with that start with the letter G? You know, all different kinds of things. But a very specific, do you have a video on this? There are search features on our videos, on the YouTube channel and on our videos. There are search features. There's a little thing that says search. You can just type in, antique folding chairs and see if a video comes up. I do a lot of items, many more items than a lot of people discuss. I discuss them in depth with information and values. So all you have to do is use the search. In addition to that, I back it up with a website that is bar none. A lot of people go, oh my gosh, I didn't realize all the information on the website too. The website also has a search feature. Guess where it is? It's at the top. It's a little magnifying glass. Search. All you have to do is click on it and type in what you're searching for. As opposed to asking my staff or asking me, can you go searching for this? Do you have this video or that video? There's nearly 1,000 videos. Did I talk about this object? Did I talk about that Corningware? Did I talk about that piece of Wedgwood? Did I probably. And you know what it's going to show you, those search features? All the times that I talked about it. Not just one, all the time. So my staff that are doing all these other things, like getting other videos up for you, right? Making sure that they're ready to go for you, educational, informative. And this is what these videos are about too. They're trying to teach you something. They're busy doing that work. So they're not able to, of course, go searching for videos for you when you have a search feature that you can easily use. Happy to provide it. Make sure you use it. And I've said this before, but you got to read. I'm sending emails, right? I'm doing reports, appraisal reports. I'm trying to teach people what they have, trying to get the email with the report to them. And people are getting back to me saying, I already paid, please proceed. How much is my piece worth? What do I do? You're not reading at all. So, it's very, very clear. I make all of these very, very simple and clear, but you're just not reading. You're just saying, this is what I want to know. And you're not paying attention to any of the email. So, in your own research, when you do your own kind of, listings or sales or searching for things, it's really a good idea if you read the email. It'll help a lot. So, when I'm trying to send an appraisal report to someone and they get back saying, I already paid, I'm like, I know you already paid. That's why I'm sending you an appraisal report. So, you have to kind of read. It would really be helpful. You have no idea how helpful it will be. Anyway, so think about that the next time that you look at an email. And if you have to scroll all the way down through an email chain to get the most current email reply, you might have to do that too. A lot of people contact my office and they contact my office in 5 different places. You only have to contact my office in one place. We will find your comment. So you don't have to do it on every social media channel and then also send an email to the office and then call the office too. You don't have to do it in 12 different places. You can do it in one place. You can make yourself known. I want to hear from you, and we will respond. My staff will certainly do that, but you don't have to go to Facebook and Twitter and this place and that place and leave a phone message and such. We can take care of it. We will make sure that we get back to you. We are very good at responding. We respond quickly, promptly, and of course, we respond to these questions all the time. So we're happy to help. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your contact. I'm Dr. Lori. Thanks for being with me.